Hey guys, Kgabinator here, and today I'm doing a solo review of Dax Harwood versus Jungle Boy on this past week's AEW Dynamite. I only watched it now a few seconds ago because that's how much I care about AEW. I haven't watched it since I don't know. October last year, I stopped watching it full time. Uh, but I did watch this match. I heard people really liked it, and I somewhat liked it. It wasn't a match that I would enjoy, but it was good for what it was. So So this is coming straight out of my head. I didn't take any notes on it. Um, from what I'll tell you what happened from what I can remember. So Dax came out with Cash Wheeler and his manager uh, Tully Blanchard, and then Jungle Boy came out with the rest of Jurassic Express with Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt. I don't know why Marco Stunt is still there. He's a little goof, and even Luchasaurus is a goof because he doesn't talk like he should. He doesn't talk like a monster. He talks like a normal guy because he wants to be funny, and the fans want this to be funny and silly. Fuck you. That's what I think of all of you. It should be serious, and I don't want to hear it. So um so then so then they all three of the ringsiders. I don't know where the little freak was, the little goof Marco Stunt was. He was probably in the back where he belongs. But Luchasaurus, Cash Wheeler, and Tully Blanchard were each handcuffed to each other so that they couldn't interfere. And then the match started, and then we had a lock up and all that stuff. And Dax Harwood, throughout most of the match, was quite dominant. He was beating on Jungle Boy. He had holds on him and really dominating like a heel and working like a heel. And and Dax Harwood was quite dominant through most of this match, and then like and then Jungle Boy is the underdog here. He's has to be desperate to try and get away from Dax and win and beat Dax, the big dominant heel. So I like that. This is how Jungle Boy should be used. He needs to go in there with a guy who knows who can lead him, not these garbage wrestlers that he has to go in with Luchasaurus every week. Then he learns nothing. I hope FTR teaches him some more stuff, shows him how to wrestle properly, because he's learning nothing in these multi-man tag team matches. So then, close to the end of the match, Jungle Boy started to become dominant again, and he was making comebacks, and he was pinning. He was doing all kinds of pin combinations to try and beat Dax out of desperation like a sympathetic babyface should. And I think Jungle Boy should have sold some more. I think this would have been great if there were fans here. I even like that match that he had with Jericho in December 2019.
where he was supposed to survive 10 minutes with Chris Jericho. That I loved that because that made me really like Jungle Boy. That match. I didn't. I. It's not that I didn't like him before that. I just didn't really know him as a wrestler. I didn't know how good he was. And I see these videos on social media of him hanging out with Sasha Banks and Bailey. Maybe they taught him something. I'll talk about them in the Royal Rumble review. I think Bailey should be a trainer when she retires from being an in-ring wrestler, or a manager. Cause yeah, but we'll talk about Bailey some other time. She's actually now one of my favorite female wrestlers. So anyway, back to this. So they were doing some good stuff here, and Jungle Boy was doing all kinds of pinning combinations, and Dax was the veteran here. He was leading him to what he. Sorry for that interruption. So anyway, I think I said he was doing lots of pin combinations and doing sympathetic babyface things, try and get one up on Dax. And then eventually he did his submission move, the snake trap. I think that's what it was. The snake trap, STF, and he actually beat Dax, which I guess made sense. This should be how Jungle Boy is used. He shouldn't be in these tag team matches because he learns nothing, and they give him bad habits. And if anybody's gonna teach him how to wrestle properly, is FTR and those guys. So yeah, this is it. Rasslin, I will give a 7, because it wasn't exciting. It didn't reach my expectations. And Logic, I'll give, I guess, an 8. Because they didn't really do anything stupid. Yeah, this match just wasn't what I expected. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. But that's my review of Dax Harwood versus Jungle Boy. I've got all my socials here on this graphic. You can go and follow all of that in the description. I will also link the main things and Twitter's going off, but we will see you in the next episode of Rasslin and Logic, which is episode 8. It's gonna be quite a big one. We're reviewing the Royal Rumble, and it's gonna be pretty epic. So until then, this is Kgabinator on behalf of Josh Jenkins signing out.